G'day, ladies and gents, and welcome back to War Thunder. I'd first of all like to thank you guys for the response, the very positive response on my recent spit post. I really appreciate it. Even if some of you may or may not have been there for the giveaway, I don't really care. I think the response has been quite good. I appreciate all the likes, comments, all the joins on the Discord. And for those of you who don't know, if you were looking for either some Air Models gift vouchers, that is the channel partner, by the way. If you would like to go and buy something with your own money, I would greatly appreciate that. If not, that's okay. But if you were looking for $50 US dollar voucher, then head over to my Discord. There's a giveaway section, and all you have to do is click on that. You have about a week left as this video goes up. Good luck, and it's definitely not rigged. I don't know, maybe I'm going a bit too far with that joke. But anyway, we're getting on to the G91YS. This particular plane, when released, I said was better than the T2. A couple of people laughed at me and were like, T2, man, that thing is dominant. It just, super fast. It also turns. The F100 doesn't stand a chance, sort of thing. And then people started to play it. And they realized, holy shit, this thing pulls energy out of nowhere. It was at 9.3 at the time. It had AIM-9Bs, which only pulled 7 Gs, but they were still okay. And it had those two. I believe they're Aidens? Aidens or Defas. Regardless, it doesn't really make a difference. They're both extremely similar cannons. Anyway, this particular plane was one of those things that just lasted in the meta for a long time. It was even put to 9.7. And then the Phantom came, and the MiG-21, and the SMT, the MF, the F4E, and of course, the good old bloody FGR2. So, as soon as the R60s came in, and as soon as supersonic planes were basically everything that this thing saw, this particular plane basically fell off the face of the earth. It became irrelevant, it became pain and suffering. And no one really wanted to play it, and there was no good reason to play it. By the way, I am in a game with Mr. McChickenbites, who is on the opposing team. Just a little thing. Chicken is a really good content creator. I highly recommend his videos. He offers a very interesting perspective and a different perspective to me. I highly recommend that you go and watch McChickenbites, either on stream or on YouTube. I'll try and link his stuff in the description below, but I'm normally pretty potato with that kind of stuff. Also, I'd also like to note that Chicken and I, despite flying in the same plane, we've decided that we're not going to go for each other. I like to do that with other content creators or people that I know in general. I try to avoid killing them so that perhaps they can get a kill or something nice. And maybe at the end we'll get a good dogfight. You never know. Anyway, so what I've done here is I've gone into a vertical and come back down on my opponents. Now, this particular A5 Sabre is going to start spraying at me, and I need to get into the vertical a little bit because this plane plays well in the vertical compared to the A5 Sabre. Because it has 2 engines and 2 afterburning engines, and is also a G91, albeit a bit of a heavier G91, it is able to pull energy basically out of nowhere and has quite good energy retention. However, if you're a bit of a potato like me and can't really aim, look away because this might get a little bit embarrassing. I should have hit that. I really should have hit that, but it is what it is, I guess. Regardless, I'm going to keep going and looking for basically targets of opportunity. Things that are a little bit slow, perhaps a teammate that needs some help, and hopefully I can get something. But it seems like these sort of enemies over here have been kind of picked off, and I go for this G91R3. He rightly pulls sort of around me at the last second, and I can't really keep up with that. Again, if I had gotten that shot, I don't know. I feel very potato missing that shot. Anyway, Vortor decides he wants to come up and shoot a missile at me. I say no, and the auto squad guy seems to get the picture as well. This G91R3 wants a bit of fun time with the little cannons there. I potato some shots, and then I finally get a critical hit. I don't know what's with these cannons. Maybe I'm running the wrong rounds. Maybe I should be running the ground target rounds, which, from memory, were recently buffed. But he's still spraying. He's still spraying. I gotta go vertical. For those of you who don't know, Jetfires don't really go out. It's an exceedingly rare occasion when a Jetfire goes out. You should record it and send it to Thundershow, sort of rare thing. I kid, of course, but it is a rare. And so I expected that guy to die pretty quick. Now, this G91, I'm looking at this missile and I'm thinking, should I missile him? But judging by my closure rate and his attitude, seeing that he's almost side on, I decided not to. And as he goes into the vertical, he slows himself down just enough for me to get a nice shot onto him. This G91 here, I'm actually quite confident at going into a vertical with him because I know that I have a lot more energy and I know that he's been turning. I'm going to see if I can get a cheeky missile onto him because I thought he wasn't paying attention, and then I get impatient and decide that, you know what, I'm going to go for it anyway. Very, very bad move. Very stupid move. I should have saved that missile for later because I'm going to need it. Anyway, this G91 Pre comes around and surprisingly is able to keep up fairly well. Now, one of the things that I thought about the G91 was because it's a G91 with afterburners and 2 engines instead of 1, it's probably got a way better acceleration rate and way better energy retention, as well as being better in the vertical. But from what I can see and what I've played, as you can see here, it doesn't really seem to be the case. I don't really see the G91YS as a turn fighter as such, or at least a plane that has very good turning capabilities. I see it as a plane that has very good energy capabilities, and I also see it as a plane that has okay turn fighting abilities. It's not really something that you should go and dogfight everything in, unlike the previous ones. It's something that you should more consider an energy fighter, although technically every jet is an energy fighter. Now, this Hunter FGA-9 gets really, really close, and what I want to do now is essentially pull up into him and missile him while he's slow, because the Hunter below 500 kilometers per hour is a bit of a brick, but it seems like he's just got so much more energy than me because I've been dogfighting, as well as the Hunter having absolutely fantastic energy retention. So what I do here, I take my flaps up so that my nose falls rather than it floating with combat flaps, and then I try and get as much speed in a dive as possible, send a missile his way, but unfortunately they're only AIM-9Bs, so I don't really get the kill. In fact, I don't even get a hit. Speaking of a hit, this F-86A5 decided that a full commit with, I believe, I'm not sure what it is. I can't actually read. CL-13, there we go. I can read, guys. Was a great idea. The CL-13 took it, but obviously a slow jet is a dead jet. And here's where the surprises continue. I am basically in a 1v something. 1v4 or 5. And it's getting worse and worse by the minute. I have lots of opportunities here to potentially make kills, but this G91 disappears off the radar, and for me that's quite disappointing. I expect if they're within 2 kilometers to just pop up anyway, but unfortunately that's not really the case here. Perhaps I need to expert my crew or something. Hunter goes in for another head-on. I ain't having any of that, although I should have pulled off a little bit earlier, and this G91 decides he wants to come in for a little bit more. I'm gonna test my luck, I think. And as you can see, he doesn't really have a lot of energy, so I'm going to go underneath him, try and get a cheeky shot. Unfortunately, it does not come to fruition. So I put myself up into the vertical and basically use my energy advantage against this G91. But there is another one coming in, and this is really, really problematic. I'm having so many little G91s, and boop, there he goes. Just turned into dust. I don't know how I got that kill. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. But I got it, and I'm very, very happy about it. Now, this is what I'm not happy about. Come on, man. You could have given me something other than a crit. I would have loved like a full kill so I could have a nice ace right here and there. But yeah, I think it's just going to be a bit disappointing. Oh well, look, we'll take it as it is, and we'll continue with the video. G91, I believe that is an R3 at the time, or a YS because of the rate of closure. This thing is coming in fast. It's not getting any slower. So I decided to put it into a little bit of a vertical. If you're below 700, expect to be caught by an R3. That thing is really quick. I had no idea it was that quick, and it's spooking me. It's catching me in a YS, and this is probably because I've decided to turn fight. And this guy's been smart and kept his speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can outmatch it in an energy fight. Now, I've taken my afterburner off to see if I can sit behind him. He's put out his air brake. I don't really want to put my air brake out just because I want to either keep as much energy above him as possible or perhaps wait for him to stall out. Unfortunately, we stall basically at the same time, and there's a MiG-17 AS coming in. I really, really don't want to die to an AS. In fact, I want that G91R3, so I dip underneath his guns. I just barely dodged the AS, and now it's on the back foot. Holy crap, am I being spooked by by this incredible performance of the G91R3? It is crazy. I reckon it could go to 9.0. I reckon just on air performance alone, it could go to 9.0. Well, this is where it gets funky. I have 8 rounds left. There's an AS behind me, which is less than 800 meters. I thought I could game my way out of that missile, but unfortunately, my reaction time and ping is just not good enough. I get myself shot out, and there goes the AS with the kill. Unfortunately, I don't know how I survived that long, but you know what? A couple of you have asked for times where I fail, or where I don't get an ace or a good match or something like that, and here you go. This is one of the things that sucks about me. I'm not perfect. I wish I was, but the G91 is pretty close, and the YS has gone from being something that's absolutely shite to something that's quite nice. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching. Remember, air models in the description below. I'd really appreciate it. Also, the giveaway in the description, all under my stream links. But anyway, take care, and I'll catch you next time.